Hello Achievers, this is Marta and welcome back to Minecraft. As you can see, I've done things. The video that I got previously was not good, unfortunately. I record directly off my PlayStation, so there was some technical issues that happened, and so you missed out on all of this, but I ended up doing it mostly in creative, because this was a pain in the butt. So I'm just gonna do the rest of it in creative, because I had more fun with it. So, we got our ponies. All of the ponies have names. That's Buzz, that's Chip, that's Dale, and that's Honey. And then over here, we've got Appy, Elsa, aka Pixel, I'll tell her story in a minute, and then Cash. So I picked colors that were kind of similar. Honey and Cash are palominos in real life, but yeah, so this is kind of what our carousel sort of looked like. Because at the park we would give pony rides to the kids. So the people would come in, we'd tell them the rules, and then they'd go around and hop on their pony. And then they'd go in a circle, and then we'd pull them off the ponies. So it was a good time. Kids loved it. It was great. Now the story of... I'll pick the two most interesting horses. Appy, first of all. When I left my old job, he was 29. That's really old for a horse. I've known people who've had horses for longer, but Appy was just an old man. Was renamed Pixel because a friend of mine ended up buying her from the park and trained her up as a kid's pony because she was really tiny, and she ended up being a great kid's pony. She ended up being sold for a good sum of money down and sent down to a town a lot warmer and more south from where I am. So yeah, she's got a good thing going on. So today we're gonna focus on the Petting Corral. We've got our chicken coop with a couple eggs, and we need 4 pens. So we have 2 pens that were meant for our intact males, and then we'd have a pen for the goats and a pen for the sheep. So we're just gonna jump right in, and then I'll try and make the center as best as I can. That's gonna be a bit more of a difficult task, but here we go. Ta-da! Oh, I need to do the roof. Probably be useful. A second pen done. We're gonna go ahead and the water was over here in this pen. This one was typically where we would keep our sheeps. Sheeps. I like sheep. Sheep are fun. Sheep are probably my favorite. The year before I left, the winter before I left, we had a bottle baby that we named Ren. Yes, after Kylo Ren. And he and I got to the point where I loved him so much. He was so sweet. He got to the point where he would lay in my lap every time I'd go into his pen, and I'd like read a book in his pen, and he'd lay in my lap and take a nap while we cuddled, and it was the most wholesome, precious thing ever. So yeah, anyway, got that one done. I have a pit over here. You'll see what's gonna happen with this later. Because I'm going to try and recreate the the petting corral, of course. But we'll see how that goes. I've got 2 more pens to do, and then we'll start populating it with animals. Just use the eggs instead of trying to track them down, because that's going to be easier. One of the things I always looked forward to working at this park was baby animal days, because baby goats are the best, and baby sheep are the best, and baby bunnies are the best. I love them all, and I want to get some of my own, but I have too many animals to begin with, too many pets. So for now, also I wish Minecraft had a goat, like, I think that'd be super cute. Like a little goat character. I remember the Mo Creatures mod had that. And it was It was dope. It's a good time. So what I'm doing here with this pen is that this one was for the goats, and next door to the goats was a donkey. So we'll be getting a donkey here too. The donkey's name was Heber. He is pretty cute. He's a mini donkey. So he was tiny, super duper cute. Goats that we had Nubian goats, which had the long floppy ears. And then we started breeding Nigerian dwarf goats, which were tiny. Hey, there's already a sheep spawned in there. That's cool. But yeah. I miss it a little bit too much. I kind of get more and more, like, sad reminiscing about it, but that's okay. I started a project and I just want to get it done. Gotta find the eggs. I'm gonna dye, because I'm gonna use sheep for all of it, but I'm gonna dye the sheep brown for goats and leave them white for sheep. There's the dye. I found it. Okay, brown dye. Alright, how many sheep did we have? We had Gnarly. I'm gonna adjust this real quick, sorry. We had Gnarly. That's one. We had Junebug. We had Wren. We had Endora and Cleo. That's fine. I think that was everyone. And then for goats over here we had... Maybe I should do it... Yeah, no, the goats were in this one. Because that one was usually empty, so I'm going to leave it empty. We had a goat and a sheep in here, so we had Bandit and Nibbler. And here we had... Spaz, we had Hope, we had Aurora, we had Nickel, we had Queenie, and we had Oliver. There you go. All the sheep. All the goats. The pen feels a little bit small for them, but that's fine, I guess. They're video game animals. So next I'll do Heber's pen. Let's get a donkey in here. There it is. Oh, that was easy. Brian. You good? Just lay down, baby. Alright. Ta-da! Now I just gotta work on the center. Did it. Look at it. It's beautiful. I didn't do the second awning, but that's okay because the space was a little bit small. But we got our chicken coop, which in reality the chickens didn't have a fenced-in area. We'd let them out and then they'd go everywhere. And so how the petting corral worked is I forgot to do the goat lock. There were 2 sets of gates going in where only one could be open at a time, so people would walk in, they would close behind them, and then they could go in further. That way, if any goats got out, they would just hang out here. And we let all the animals out except for the intact males. So these 2, Bandit and Nibbler, the goat and the sheep male, they wouldn't be let out at all. Just because with the intact males, they're a lot more dangerous with random people who don't know what they're doing. I mean, livestock animals are dangerous enough with people who don't know what they're doing, but we let them out and the people could come and pet them. Rules of the petting corral included not feeding them, because as soon as you start feeding them, they start getting food aggressive with guests, because they start expecting random people to have food. And then stay off the rocks. So what my character is doing in game, we'd yell at kids for doing. Can't pick up the animals, you know, stuff like that. Basic common sense, really. But it was a fun time. Get a lot of interesting questions. most of them pretty normal questions for people who aren't familiar with the animals. Like, they'd ask us if we'd milk the goats, and we typically tell them no, that we let the babies just drink, and then mom dry up naturally, because we just didn't have any use for the milk, and we didn't have a proper milking place. I did used to work on a goat dairy, actually. And maybe while I build the barn, I will tell those stories when I worked on the goat dairy. But yeah, it's coming together. It's really super cute. I'm pretty proud of it. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this adventure today. If you liked it, slap the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!